Alright, what's up guys? It's Dizzy here with my second After Effects tutorial, and today I'll be showing you guys how to use expressions in After Effects. And it might be a little bit harder tutorial today, but just stick with it and the outcomes are really worth it. But once you get it down, it really helps your editing. I use expressions in every single one of my edits, and so yeah, they're pretty useful. But so first off, I'm going to show you how to the expression to wiggle something, and these are good for cinematics like motion tracks, because it just makes it look like it's not a straight path like this one is here. Uh, just watch it. See how the camera goes like in a straight path. Um, so what it is, alright, expression. What it is instead of like keyframing every single movement, it basically does it on its own. So I guess that's how you explain it. So what you do is, for the cinematic one, to make it look like the camera's kind of shaking, is hold down Alt and click on the stopwatch for rotation, and it brings up this little typing bar right here. And what you're gonna type in for the cinematic one is wiggle. And the first number that you type is going to be how many times it wiggles per second. So I'm using 0.5, so that means it will wiggle once for every 2 seconds. Then the second one is the amount it wiggles, or the degree. So I'll use 0.5 and then 1 degree. And so what it does is just makes the camera a little like offset kind of, and it just like makes it look really nice. So yeah, it just like tilts back and forth. So that's the first example of wiggling I have for you guys. The second one is, I use it for cinematics a lot. So say you had this little composition with your little cutout of a circle and then your name, and I put a bulge on it just to show you guys. But what we're gonna wiggle is the bulge center. So we're gonna Alt click on that stopwatch and Alt click on the stopwatch, type in wiggle again, and you can't just type in any random word. You have to know what you're doing, kinda. So wiggle is one of the common ones I use, and so we're gonna wiggle this once every second and 20 pixels for distance, that is, because this one's a little bit different. So what it does is it just wiggles the position of the bulge. So here's a little clip of it, and you can use it for different things, and I'll do one more just to show you guys, and then we'll be done with wiggle. Alright, so we're going to delete the bulge, and we're going to just do rotation again. I'll click on the stopwatch, wiggle. We'll do this time we'll make it faster. We'll do 3 wiggles per second at 30. This is probably going to be pretty crazy, but I'll show you guys what it is. Alright, so this is what it's going to look like. It's not as crazy as I thought, but I don't know. Actually, it looks decent. But so that's the wiggle expression. And the expression is basically, it's instead of keyframing each exact movement and each exact effect, it basically does it for you. So next I'm going to show you guys expressions having to do with audio and syncing flashes and scale to audio. So here's a song I have. Alright, so it's just a song by Hi-Rez that I actually enjoy. I really like Hi-Rez, but so what we're gonna do is we want the scale and the flash to happen to the bass beat. So we're gonna just increase the bass and bring down the treble by using an effect audio bass and treble, and just do that. And then make sure when you do this, your audio is soloed and then you're going to go to convert audio to keyframes. And what it'll do is just make a null object with all the keyframes. You can delete the left and right channel, you don't really need it. So what you're going to do is open up the null object keyframes, click on the slider, and we're going to alt stopwatch on it. And for this one, you're going to have to select the slider, and then select up here, there's a little graph editor, and select the slider, and what it brings up is keyframes on the graph. So when we look at this here, we look at the I think it's the x-axis going up, and most of the keyframes range from, I'd say, 20 to 70. So we're gonna make it, alright, click alt on the stopwatch, right? So what we're gonna do is linear parenthesis value, and then the first number is gonna be a little above where all the main keyframes are. So we'll go 27, because it's a little above where the bottom of the keyframes are. And then the top will go let's go 47. And then we're gonna want it equivalent to 0, 100. You'll see why in a second. So what it does is every time the keyframes are 27 or below, it's gonna make it 0, and then whenever they're above 47, it's gonna make it 100. So, and then if we open up a adjustment layer, and really you can do this with just about anything, but we're gonna choose levels today, just to I don't know, it's what I usually do. But what it does is it's gonna create. Alright, we're gonna have to go like this: adjustment, effect, color correction, levels, and we're gonna just bring this up to, actually bring it down because that increases. Bring the input white down to maybe 180, so it makes it that bright. And so now we're gonna open up the opacity of the adjustment layer, open up the slider of this null object, and we're going to click alt on the stopwatch, and then it brings up these four: an equal sign, a expression graph, a pick whip, and a language menu. You're gonna click on the pick whip, it's like a little spiral thing, and you're gonna just drag it onto the slider. So here, I'll be right back, guys. Alright, so once you pick whip it to the slider, it'll come up with this expression here on its own, which is really helpful because then you don't have to type it in yourself. So let's look at the flashing here and see if it's synced up to the beat. Yeah, it looks pretty synced to the beat if you ask me. And what this does, it just makes it super easy to sync everything basically. But so now you know how to do that. We're gonna delete that. And actually, if you're doing a like an edit for an episode, you're gonna keep it, but I'm just gonna delete it just to show you the next step. So what we're gonna do for now, we're gonna scale it to the beat. We're going to keep the same. We want it to sync on the bass, and we're gonna keep that. Gonna select a song, make sure it's on soloed, and convert it to keyframes again. So it creates another null object. Delete the left and right channel, and open up the slider again, and click alt on the stopwatch, open up the graph, and so now we're gonna do linear parenthesis value again, and we'll keep it the same. For some songs you might have to change it just because you might want the scaling different, but this time the scale is originally 100, so we're going to keep it at that, and then we'll want it to scale to we'll say 105. No, it's already at 105 because it just is. So we'll start it at 105, but you guys are gonna want to start it at 100, and then okay, forget it. Hold on. Terminal scale 100. All right. So we'll keep it at 100, and then go 105 for it to scale up to, and then we're good with that. So what it does again is makes every when it's 27, it's 100. Then when it's 47 and above, it's 105. So now what we're gonna do is click on our clip, whatever our clip is in your editing project, and we're gonna open up the scale, and you're gonna wanna open the slider for this also. So I'll click on the scale stopwatch, and we're gonna type in. We're gonna assign it a variable. So temporary equals, and then we're going to pick whip, the little spiral thing. We're going to whip it to the slider. So I'll be alright. So what we did is pick whip it to the slider, and then it should come up with that for you guys. Then we're going to hit semicolon, enter, and then begin bracket temp comma temp. So what it does is it makes, because there's two scale things, one for width, one for height, it's gonna make temp comma temp makes it whatever the slider is, it just makes it even on both sides, so it's like that chain link. If we didn't do temp comma temp, then it'd be messed up. So now it should be scaled to the song. So we're gonna ramp preview it and see how it looks. It looks a little bit choppy right now, but we'll see how it goes. It actually looks pretty good. So those are just some basic expressions for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and learned a lot, and learned hopefully a new little plugin type effect for After Effects that you probably didn't know about before. So just leave a like and comment, and I hope you guys keep watching for more. And I hope you guys, if you guys try this out and edit, post as a video response, and I'll watch it and comment on it. And thanks for watching, guys, and